Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So guys, in this video we go to the Lulu Briggs household. So you guys may or may not be familiar with the name Lulu Briggs, but Lulu Briggs is a Nigerian philanthropist, a billionaire, a prominent name within the Nigerian space, especially within the region that he comes from. This guy, Lulu Briggs, this gentleman, Lulu Briggs, I should say, not this guy, because that sounds quite disparaging. This gentleman, Lulu Briggs, has been dead for well over a year now, but he has not been buried. His body is still in the mortuary in Ghana, where countless autopsies have been performed on it. So, why has this guy not been buried? This guy has not been buried because his family are squabbling over his estate. So, this guy did leave a will, and the will has been read to the family, but the son of the man, I think the first son, is contesting the will because he does not feel that the will is fair. And by him not feeling that the will is fair, of course then means that he doesn't feel that the will favors him sufficiently enough as he would want it. So that is the state of affairs. As guys, I bring you this. Peace at last as court orders Lulu Briggs' widow to release husband's body for burial. So that's this headline. Peace at last as court orders Lulu Briggs' widow to release husband's body for burial. So now let's now see what the latest development is in the Briggs household. In today's world, where there are many things to keep the mouth agape with incredulity, there is almost nothing else that has the capacity to be a wonder what the ears of even the elderly. So already the person writing this thing fancies himself as a bit of a literary whatever. He thinks he's Wole Soyinka or something. Rather than just writes the story, he's trying to be poetic and use prose and whatnot. But we carry on. But once in a while, something pops up which has absolutely no connection with the latest smartphone. Now this guy is going to irritate me with this style of writing, but I want to get this story out there, so I will read it out. But I don't know anybody that writes like this. It's already irritating, but we carry on. But once in a while, something pops up which has absolutely no connection with the latest smartphone. What new octopus has learned to speak with a forgotten Ijebu tongue, or how to cook a pink monkey with a burnished sewing needle? I don't know what any of that means, but it's clearly some idiot writing this article, but still we press on. Hopefully there's some substance to it. The latest grind out from the social contraption that is society news is that the game is at its last legs and Chief Lulu Briggs might finally be laid to rest. Hopefully, the contraption seems to suggest, along with the remainder of the bedlam within the Briggs family. This is based on a court ruling on December the 23rd by Eric Kia before the presiding judge. Much to the delight of a section of the family led by Domo Lulu Briggs, the widow of the late oil mogul C0URT Lulu Briggs was ordered by the court to release the remains of her late husband to his family. So to recap, the death of Chief Benson Lulu Briggs, founder of Money Pulo Limited, brought about a sharp dissension within the family on account of his will. More to the point, the gist goes that the original will, stating his wife C0URT as the majority shareholder, was contested by his eldest son by a different woman, the aforementioned Domo Lulu Briggs. To chop together his sentiments, according to sources, C0URT should get relatively less than she was assigned in the will, owing to an alleged hand in her husband's death. Following this challenge, C0URT Lulu Briggs showed her mettle and determined heart by seizing control of the remains of her late husband. The gist continues. What is certain is that the case was delivered to the cold hands of legal justice. In what may be the best, most practical approach to settling the fiasco, the court delivered a verdict that walked along the lines of ensuring the burial of the late Lulu Briggs patriarch, guarantee the safety of C0URT from cruel, inhumane, or barbaric customary practices, and keep the family peace. Now the remains of Chief Lulu Briggs may be interred in peace, and so should the family troubles. Certainly the family troubles will not be interred in peace, almost certainly not, if a man's body was held in hostage effectively for 1 solid year because of family squabbles over money, the money that this man built, and he has now died, and you are not allowing him to rest and go and be with his ancestors because you are fighting over Toro and Kobo. So certainly that family, I cannot see where the peace is going to come from in that family, because this is a battle that will continue to rage on and on, because this battle now has now gone beyond even the wealth and the stupendous wealth, by the way, that they are fighting over, but this battle has now gone beyond that, with this guy's body being held hostage for a year. So somebody will feel aggrieved about that, and somebody will feel justified in doing that. So this is a storyline that will go down generations, not just even peace settling in this moment, but peace will never settle within the split of that family, because this is of course a multiple wife type scenario. You know, Nigerian men and the many women that they marry and all these children that they have all over the place. So this is how it plays out after them, and this is it playing out again. Even the guy that's left the will now, they are now wanting to jettison that will and have that battle that they have always wanted to have. Conversations in the comment section. I for one am glad to see that this guy at last gets the burial that he deserved. He has come, he has lived his life, so the rest is up to them. If they want to fight over property, they can fight over property, but let this guy, let this gentleman get the burial that he deserves. So that I'm in favor of, but the idea of peace being in that family seems more a dream of this writer or wishful thinking on behalf of the judge than anything else. Come tell me thoughts about what you're making of this Lulu Briggs narrative. Are you following it, by the way? Come tell me what your thoughts are if you are following it in the comment section. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me if you are following this Lulu Briggs narrative, and even if you are not following it, from what you have heard so far, come tell me what your opinion is on this narrative in the comment section. So I'll leave you here. Carry on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.